What's up guys, it's Rokta here and welcome back to yet another amazing video on the channel. So for today I got you a brand new updated deck profile of a deck we've previously had on the channel a few months ago now, and it did relatively well, and I've improved the deck and I've brought it to you now. So before I show you the deck, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. I heard it's broken, hit it enough times it'll actually go red. So yeah, figure that out for yourselves. Leave a comment down below what deck you guys want to see next. I have quite a few lined up for next month in May, and I'll see you now in the deck profile. Alright, so to start off this deck profile here, we are of course doing Gimmick Puppets, so we are going to start it with the Heart and Silver deck, the best Gimmick Puppet monster. You can't get around it, you need 3 of her. Her ability to come back from the grave is essential into making your XC's plays. For your other 3 of Gimmick Puppet here, we got the latest support, which is Bistol. Both of them serve as trade-in and allure targets, which is really nice, and of course YuGiOh is your machine dupe target as well. Bistol just discards a gimmick and specials herself out the hand, banish her from the grave, and prevent your gimmicks from being targeted. For our honorary Gimmick Puppet here, we do have Triple Gear Spring Spirit, absolutely insane card. None of his effects are once per turn. You can basically special out 3 from your hand if you have 3, as long as you have a machine and only machines in your grave. He can also make something attack 0, which is very useful in this build. This is a mostly going second build here. For our next 3 of here, we have Triple Machina Cannon. Was previously at 2 in the last deck profile, but I realized that consistency is something I really need to work on in this deck. Having 3 Machina Cannon, the ability to dump any machine from your hand to the grave is essential, plus he's a level 8 as well. Hence why I've maxed him out. He's not a dark, which kind of sucks because you can't allure him, but apart from that, he's a good trade-in bait. So that's it for our level 8s. There should be around 12. I tried minimizing on as many level 8s as possible. Those are, in my opinion, the essentials. Now for our normal summons here, we do have Humpty Dumpty, who does serve as an extender of your link because he can be special and gain his effects. But these 3 only trigger on normal. This is your Foolish Burial and this is your Monster Reborn. Humpty Dumpty basically specials you another gimmick out your hand, which also serves for the unclogging. For our going second package here, we are playing course 4 Kaijus. The reason we're playing these Kaijus in specific is because they are indeed level 8, which helps with our trade-in. We want our trade-ins to be going off as reliably and consistency as possible, help dig through those cards, get to those rank ups, because the rank ups are still unsearchable in this deck, unfortunately. But we've got a Gamma Seal because he's the smallest, and then we've got a Dogoran because he's relatively big at 3k. For our last main deck monster here, we got a Pancreatops. If you see him, he's a blowout because he's basically a 2-for-1, attack something and then pop something. Of course, you can just do it on his summon, just pop a back row and then push for the OTK as well. Absolutely insane card, there's a reason he's at 1. Moving on for your spells here, we got Triple Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. Just basically board wipes, bait your opponent's negates, and then proceed with your plays. This deck can push through a negate or 2 if you open right, and this is very useful in forcing them out almost immediately, and then you can just Kaiju the next one. So very nice. Of course, if it's in your grave, you can always banish it, the turn off that's sent to the grave, and add yourself a Kaiju, which also can work if you don't have a trade-in target. So of course, triple trade-in, this is probably the most impactful spell in the deck, just because it allows you to get gimmicks and level 8s in grave and then draw 2 fresh new cards, which you'll most likely need to be seeing, because you are of course going to be going for your rank up plays, because that makes this deck very, very good going second. So of course with the triple trade-in, we have the Triple Allure of Darkness. This card's also very, very nice. I prefer trade-in because it gets you the monster in the grave. Allure of course banishes, which is sometimes a bit annoying, but Allure as well is also a very, very good card as well. Just draw 2, banish a dark. For our power spells here, we do have Machine Dupe. We do get this off quite reliably because we do draw a lot, and we do cycle our level 8 YuGiOh quite a bit as well from the grave into the field. Machine Dupe is Machine Dupe, resolve this, and you have 3 level 8s on board in a deck that specializes in rank ups and having level 8 machines in the field, so very nice card. For our rank ups, of course, we do get sort of indirect support here from the ban list because Chaos Force was unbanned, so we are of course only playing 1. We're only playing 1 because it's a once per duel effect, and we of course still play the 2 rank up quick play spells. This in the battle phase is insane. You attack and then you rank up and then you can attack again, and the Gimmick Puppet monsters are very big, so that helps with OTKs as well. And for the last 3 here, we got 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Foolish Burial, and 1 Upstart. This is basically just for consistency. This gets you additional bodies, you can send whatever you need and you can draw, so you're essentially just playing a 39 card deck with Upstart Goblin. So now let's go into the extra. Okay, so moving on to the extra deck here, we are of course playing the Gimmick Puppet Link. Very useful card when it comes to extending. You want to be making him as late as possible because he does put the restriction of only summoning machine XCs monsters, so make him as late as possible. Quillfort Genius. This card is insane with machine dupe because if you get a Druidol here and then you machine dupe into 2 arrows it points to, actually gets you an extra search for a level 5 or higher machine. Very nice. And also you can just negate one of your Druidols and switch off the face-up card. Works with skill drain and stuff because this card itself is unaffected by spells and traps, so very nice way to get around floodgates. For your last link, we're playing one barcode blocker because I realized that sometimes you just need machines and the kaijus themselves aren't machines, so you can link them off into something that is a machine and then continue into your Quillfort Genius and your Gimmick Puppet Link because their requirements are just machines. For your XCs, we got the best card in the entire deck. We got Zeus. This is the entire reason that I decided to make this deck again. The entire deck revolves around spamming this guy. You can easily get 4 to 6 materials under Zeus and just absolutely destroy your opponent. It's Zeus. He's not once per turn, he's not once per chain. Activate him, send everything else to the grave. Absolutely insane. We play the number 84. He is now a very versatile card because not only if your opponent's on low life points, you slap him on and then they're on a timer with how many spells they can activate. He's also an extra body for Zeus, which is very useful as well. Moving on to your other big XCs monsters here, we got Leo and then we got Disaster Leo. This is purely because they take up a lot of XCs materials to make. He takes 3 level 8s and then you rank him up and then you can put the spider on top and then Zeus. That's how you get 6 materials, and there is a win condition with them as well, which you can of course try and go for if you don't feel like killing your opponent normally. For the best Gimmick Puppet XCs monster here, we got Strings. Absolutely insane. Place string counters, blow up string counters, and then draw a card and burn. The burn is very useful. You can easily burn your opponent for like 3,000 life points if you give them a Dogoran as their kaiju, and then draw a card, and then in the battle phase you can of course attack with this and then attack with this, and that's like 6,300 damage plus the burn, and that's usually game as well. For our other Gimmick Puppet XCs, we're playing the one Giant Grinder and then the Giant Hunter. Again, very useful cards for burn. This deck doesn't do that bad in time because you can burn your opponent through a lot of ways. Just to get rid of monsters and then just to get rid of anything, you go into him with the rank up, and of course they both burn as well. For your only rank 4 Gimmick Puppet monster here, the only one that's actually available at the time of recording is of course the new one, which is your Gigantus Doll. He is very good at clearing your opponent's field, but then has very, very heavy restrictions. So only go into him if you know that you can't do anything else, because he locks you into only attacking with XCs and only summoning gimmicks for the turn. So you can't actually put up any negates for your opponent to deal with from that turn. So, and for the last XCs monsters here, I am playing the one Coach King Giant Trainer. This is, guys, absolutely insane. Draw 3 and burn your opponent. I've won a game in time because I burned them for 1,600 life points. We've got the one Felgrand. This is very good for making interruptions on your opponent's turn, and of course with the Zombie Stein as well. He's also very big himself. That's the end of the deck profile, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy my take on the Gimmick Puppet deck profile, and let me know if you guys would make any changes at all, and I'll catch you in the next one.
It's time! Let's go!